This is Bernardo Mendez, a homeless man who, previous to this interrogation, had only committed minor offenses in the past. When the body of Herbert Fetherolf was found in an abandoned apartment, there was seemingly nothing to connect the two men. That changed when a friend of Mendez came forward with information. Mendez had bragged about beating someone to death with a sink, and it fit the details the police had released about the crime.
You know why you're here?
They didn't tell me.
They didn't tell you.
No, sir. All they said that I had a warrant. That was it.
No, they told you more. But I'll tell you, baby. We've got a death here in Lubbock that you're responsible for. And, we want to give you the opportunity to explain your side, okay? A lot of times people get involved in altercations, get involved in disputes, and something is triggered by that, The fight happens and then it's over, and 2-3 days later somebody dies from their injuries, okay? Sometimes people don't mean things to happen, but they do happen, okay? There are certain things that have happened, and that's the reason why you're here, and that's the reason why we're here, okay? This detective's going to go over some information with you, and then we'll go from there. We'd like to hear your side. We'd like to give you an opportunity to explain your side, and then we can go from there.
Benny, what's your full name, Benny?
Bernardo.
Bernardo, Bernando.
Yes, sir.
Mendez, Mendez.
Yes, sir.
What's your date of birth? Time is 7:06 p.m. Before we start, I'm going to go ahead and read this off to you, Benny, okay? You have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all, and any statement you make will be used against you at your trial. You understand that question? Any statement you make may be used as evidence against you. Understand that question? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you prior to and during any questioning. You understand that question? If you are unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to you to advise you prior to and during any questioning. Understand that one?
Is that where? What is that one?
If you're unable to employ a lawyer, you have one that will be appointed to you.
Yes.
You have the right to terminate this interview at any time. With that being said, do you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waive these rights and wish to speak to us now?
Yes,
Okay. Like Detective Martinez just said, obviously you're here for a reason. And they told you on scene that you had a murder warrant. Now is your time to let us know what took place that day.
What day was that? Because to tell you the truth, I haven't hurt nobody or hit nobody. I've been with my girl Erica. We've been going back and forth. We stayed at her uncle's house. That's like her family and stuff. They stay there. Then she'll stay sometime. Her parents sometime will go stay at the villa, whatever. And then after that, we went to the gym, Gym City. And then we've been going on the bus. We've been living together, and we've been going sometime with her mom. It's not like a mom, it's like a lady. Go help her and all that. We're always going in to go eat. Then I finally got a job, and I'll be going to Odessa. A friend got me a job, so I've been trying to get all my Social Security, birth certificate, everything, so I can do my income. So I had not even did nothing, since the day I got out. Been staying out of trouble.
Got out where?
Since the day Texas Tech and not course grade. It was me and Bobby Mendez, my brother. We got locked up with that. I got out on probation. Since that time I've been treated.
In no time have you been in any type of assault this month?
Well,
The
let
last time I got-
me tell you what, Benny. We're not here because we're fishing for information, okay? We don't get an arrest warrant for anyone just because we feel like bringing someone in, okay? we're here for a reason, okay? This has to do with an altercation that you had at the Villa del Norte apartments. That was you, and you were there. You can tell me your side if you have a side to tell me, but I'm not asking if you were there. I know you were there, okay? I'm not asking if it was you that was involved in that. I know that it was you. What I want to know is if this man did something, to provoke you, or if he said something to you, or he did something to you that caused the problem, that's what I'd like to hear from you.
I didn't do nothing to him. My girl would tell you, I didn't mess with him. I didn't do nothing.
Where do you know him from?
I don't know him. I promise.
Why were you involved in a problem with him? Why were you involved in an altercation with him?
I'm saying the truth. I was not involved. I would never do stuff like that, But it's alright, I'm gonna keep fighting for it because it ain't me. I'm not a person who just.
Well, you are in custody for it, and you are in custody for it because it is you. We know it is you. I'm not asking you to tell me whether you did or you didn't. What I'm interested in knowing is what happened that triggered this problem. Okay. A lot of times things happen between people. Disagreements, arguments over stuff that's said, offenses that are taken or given. People push each other, punch each other, and like I said, sometimes things go downhill from there. If that is what happened, I'd like to hear from you.
Supposedly, tension between the two men arose because Mendez did not like the way Fetherolf was looking at his girlfriend. Now on my Patreon, watch the interrogation of a father accused of killing his baby. The detective snaps and starts hitting him on camera. See the full video at patreon.com/strangerstoriesplus.
If this man did something that gave you a good reason to take action, whatever it was, I'd like to hear from you.
I understand, and I will say the truth. I don't know the man. I really don't. I never saw him. Never. It's kind of crazy.
Why do you think it's kind of crazy?
Because y'all putting me on the things that I didn't even do. Say the truth. I don't know.
Well, I do know. And we would have gotten the warrant if we didn't know.
Right now is the time to be honest and tell us and be a man about it.
I am. The only time I saw him, that was at Walmart. That was it. That was it. The one on 4th, but I didn't do nothing. I went to go get groceries that day on the, what day was that? 7th or 12th. The food stamps. That was it.
You're talking about the Walmart
And
over
then
there?
we went to the villa after that.
You're talking about the Walmart over there with you? Or which one?
The one on 4th. Then we went to the villa.
What was he doing when you saw him?
He was talking. He had told me and my girl, "Hey, I'm not a cop or something." But he stood there. We didn't bother. We went inside.
He was standing outside when
He
you
was
saw
standing
him?
on the side, and all he said, he asked this other friend of ours and other people and said, "Hey, I'm not a cop or nothing. I got some weed and all this, or got some pot or something like that. Because then I got the ice pipe or something." He goes, and I'm not a cop. He goes, and I'm not bad, you know. That was the only thing. He goes, and if we had some change or something, I said, well, I sure don't, you know, because I was going back and forth looking for a job. Okay, so we go grocery shopping, and then we come out. He goes, if we had a cigarette or something. I said, no, sir. Okay, so we took off walking because it was me, my girl, and two other, I think, like a cousin or something. Her man, that was it. We went that way. They went.
Oh, yeah, hold on a minute. Who was the other guy that was with you?
Josh and I don't know his girl's name.
Josh and his girl?
Yes, sir.
What's Josh's last name?
I don't know his last name. I don't know.
Where do you know Josh from?
I know through. It's already been going on 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Because his girl was working back. He gets a different girl. Because the girl he had was working at the compactor. The one on 114 over there on Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Over there. And then he moved to Slayton, you know.
Let me ask you this: you went to the Walmart. This guy standing outside. What was he wearing? Or what was? Tell me about him.
He was wearing, oh man, I don't know what he was wearing that day. He had a shirt and some jacket or whatever. But he stood there and then he took off walking. You know where McDonald's is at? Going that way.
Really, what kind of shirt?
Oh, man.
A shirt and a jacket.
Something like that. But he asked us and we let him know.
What color jacket was it?
I don't know. Say the truth.
So y'all are walking in. He starts talking to you. You talk to him. You talk to him on the way back.
Well, he stopped people, and then after that, they went in. Then he stopped us, you know. And then after that, we went in, came back out. He goes, hey, you know, you got a cigarette or change. I said, so we left. And then we had forgot the fluid. And then go back in. Then he talks to us again. Well, they stayed way over there. My girl not there. But we didn't mess. I didn't mess with them.
Okay, just one thing at a time. I'm trying to get this. You grow and who stayed over there?
Josh and his girl.
So was it just you by yourself that came back into the store?
Yes, sir.
And he was still there.
He was still standing there talking to other people. And
Uh-huh.
I went in. He said, came back out. He goes, hey, got a couple more changes. I said, no, sir.
Fetherolf often sat outside that particular Walmart. He interacted with numerous people daily and never could have expected that his casual conversation with Mendez would lead to unspeakable violence.
I don't have no change. You know, I've been using the food stamp card. The only change I had was from Josh, you know, because we were going to go barbecue at his parents, you know, the next day. That was it. So after that, I took off where my girl and all them, and we took off. And that man didn't follow us.
Let me ask you this: you grow. You said where does she stay at?
Mine,
Her family. You grow.
right there on 3 North Avenue, some R or something. I don't know.
Who stays there?
It's her grandma and
Her
her mom.
grandma.
Yeah.
Who's her grandma?
Really don't know how to met
You
her.
never
She was
met her.
gonna-
You
no.
just know that she goes over
But
there.
she used to live there,
Uh-huh.
you know, she used to stay there. And then whenever I went with her, I would sit outside, just wait for her. And then we'll take the bus, take off. So, because I couldn't stay with her, you know. So,
You mentioned there's a girl just a minute ago. You said Josh and another girl, and you said that was whose cousin?
it was, they say cousins, but they're not real cousins. They're like,
Who says cousins?
that girl, what's her name? Dang, what's her name? Josh's girl.
So Josh's girlfriend claims to be cousins with who, or says
My girl. Yeah,
Okay,
and
so-
they're not cousins. Yeah.
she tells people that her and Eric are her cousins.
Yes.
And how long have y'all known that girl?
Well, I don't know that long. Just barely since I met, Josh.
And how long has it been since you met Josh?
Going like, well, I know Josh for a minute, and then her probably like a month.
So in this whole month span of 30 days, you don't know her name?
No.
Have y'all gone to barbecues at Josh's house before? At his family's house?
Just one time.
Where?
Over there. No. It's behind.
Where is it close to?
Like 34th, and then it's some apartments like over there.
Before we started this, we showed you a picture in the very get-go. You said you didn't know who this was.
No, I don't know his name, but I
But
just saw him outside at one.
But at the time when we showed you, you were like, I don't know who this is. But minutes later, all of a sudden you do know who it is, and now you remember him from Walmart.
That's it. That's it. Because we went one way and he went another way. Because my girl and all them were scared. So we went our way and he went his way. And he did, So.
Benny, there's the half truth and there's the truth. There's a lot missing. A lot missing. I can tell that you're wanting to say something else, but you haven't yet. Like we've discussed just a minute ago, right now is the opportunity for you to tell us the rest of the story. Because obviously, you've left out about this much of a portion. You've given us this portion here, but there's still about this much that's missing. So what happens when y'all take off? Do y'all follow this man, or does this man follow y'all?
We don't follow him. Yeah, we don't follow him. We turn around, he's walking the other way. He's walking like, where Walmart's at, there's like McDonald's or something. He's going that way. He's going that way. And we go out the other way. We go around Walmart, like going to my girl's parents' house. That's it.
Going towards your girl's parents' house, which is on Avenue R.
Avenue R. Yes. Yes, sir.
We know that he went in that direction also,
Well,
and
when
he
we
didn't
turned
go the
around-
opposite direction.
Well, when we turned around, he wasn't following us, So if he went that way, he probably went the other way, or he was farther away from us. Well, I was turned around, me and my girl and my friend Josh, we'll turn around.
Benny, but the fact of the matter is that you end up over there at the apartments where he was at. That's a fact of the matter. There's
See,
no
what
doubt,
apartments, that's the point.
no doubt in that. There's no doubt in that.
I'm trying to see what
Y'all end
apartments.
up,
Because
the abandoned apartments used to be the Villa del Norte apartments, over there about a block and a half from the girl's mom's house, right there. A lot of homeless people go over there to hang out, to hide, to relax, whatever. But that's a fact of the matter that y'all end up over there. Him, you, Erica. And something happened there. You know, whether it was you that started or it was him that started it, I can't tell you that, okay, because I don't know that. But I do know that something happened between y'all. You know, we all go through hard times or whatever, but we want to be respected. And sometimes people do or say things that make us mad, make us angry, or sometimes they are the ones that are causing the problem. That, I don't know. That is what I would like to hear from you, because if there's something in your defense that led to, you needing to either defend yourself or do something, or defend your girl, then I want to know that. But, I know it happened. Something happened there. And I'd like to hear from you, because this is not going to go away.
Right.
This is not going to go away. You're not going to sit here and lie to me or tell me part of the truth and then think that you're going to walk out the door or you're going to get out of jail tomorrow and go about your very life. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I mean, if there's something that man did or that man said, then I want to know. I want to see, I want to put myself in your shoes to understand, what happened, whether, I would have done the same or done something different. There are certain things that we can tell when we get out there from evidence, from things, information that we gather and stuff like that. There are certain things that we don't know. I don't know what you feel in your heart. I don't know what you see whenever you confront someone, whether you feel fear or feel a threat. I don't know that part, okay? I don't know that part. That's something that only you, Benny, can tell me. You got your girl. You got, I know you're trying to make it. You got to hustle one way or another, come up with things that to make things happen. You still got a girl that's depending on you and that you're needing to protect. I understand that. I know that something happened there between y'all. Whether there's a good reason why things happen or not, I don't know that. And that's what I'm asking of you. This is a serious matter. And like I said, it's not going to go away.
Mendez should have realized that the details the police were describing were too accurate to be a coincidence. He is hanging all of his hope on the belief that they have nothing to connect him to Fetherolf, a hope that will be shattered before the interrogation is over.
It's not going to go away. And, you can stick your head in the sand and say, well, I'll pretend nothing happened and hope this will go away. And then later on, I'll just go on. Well, it is not going to go away. It is not going to go away. It's something that you have to deal with and I have to deal with. And at some point, we have to wrap this up and say, okay, this is the information we have. This is the evidence that we have. This is all we have. And this is what we're going to go with. So if you've got something to say, I want to hear. Denials, like I said, they're not going to change what's happened here. There's not going to change what I know for a fact. They're not going to change the evidence. Justifications, reasons why things happen, they'll make a difference. But I can't come up with those for you.
What is that word? Interrogation.
They'll make a difference. It may change things, but I can't make those up for you. I can't say, well, this man was a bad man and he put Benny against the wall, or his girl was in a bad situation and something had to happen. I can't say those things. Only Benny and Erica can say those things. The explanation as to how things went from bad to worse. And that's what we want to give you an opportunity to explain. That it happened or didn't happen, I know it happened. You know, that it happened, it didn't happen, I can prove it in court that it did happen. Okay? So that's not what I want to debate with you, Benny. That is not what I want to debate with you. I want to hear from you what this man may have done or what he did to contribute to this whole problem.
Well, he didn't do nothing to us, but I always protect my girl. I always, always protect the female, because you can never trust men, because there's a lot of men out there. They beat up the woman and everything, they damage them and everything, I don't like that, So he didn't, he didn't tell us nothing bad. He didn't, like jump on us or hey, oh, I don't know. From there, because I had left, but how it was in the afternoon, night, around, when it gets a little dark. Well, my girl gets scared, so I was protected, when we walk, we're holding hands, and when I'm walking somewhere, she's not on the side of the road I am. She's on the inside. So I'm always, protecting her, because she's scared of everything, she's been through it all. And I have too, I've been jumped with a lot of homeless people,
Well, I know that it is a difficult world out there. I can't say that I've ever been homeless, but I know that it is a difficult world out there.
And it hurts.
We do police work. We deal with a lot of these situations. Okay, I know that it is a difficult world out there. But this is about a very specific incident. Okay, and I can go to the judge and tell him, well, Benny says this guy was a wonderful guy and never did anything wrong, and that's fine. It's not going to change anything as far as your charges.
Right. Well, I really don't know about him that much, Just that time when he just talked to us and that was it, Because
there was more than that, Benny. There was more than that. There was more than that, Benny. There was more than just that conversation at one time. There was more than that. You know it and I know it. Okay, there was more than that. I'm not interested in the conversation. I'm not interested in the nice guy stuff. I'm interested in knowing what led to this man being assaulted, or what led to you and him fighting. That's what I'm interested in knowing.
See, we didn't fight. He didn't jump on me, and I didn't do nothing to him. We didn't end up together.
Yeah, you did, Benny. Yeah, you did. Like I said, it's not debatable. That's not what I'm here to debate with you.
All four of y'all ended up with him. We know that. I mean, you wouldn't be in here today if we didn't know that.
I said my girl, me, and the four, or whatever.
We know that an assault took place between y'all two. We know that. I mean, you wouldn't be in here, Benny, if we didn't know that. And we know for 100% truth that you were in a physical altercation with this guy.
This man got hurt, and he had medical problems. And as a result of getting hurt, he died. He died. And that's a bad thing. It's a serious matter. Everybody contributes to some extent to their own problems. I've been doing this work for a long time, and there's a lot of victims that end up, they start out a problem and it ends up causing their death. I'm not saying this man was a saint, but I know you ain't a saint. I know that for a fact. And so don't try to sell me that story that you hear poor little Mr. Innocent Benny that does nobody wrong and all he does is take care of his girl. I know better. I've been around a long time, a lot longer than that. So don't waste time trying to sell me that story. I want us to talk about what really matters here. But what really matters here is that altercation that took place between y'all.
I've been saying the whole thing. I don't know what y'all want to know. I'm saying
we want to know what caused the problem. We want to know what caused Benny to get mad at this man and assault him?
See, I didn't
That's
get
what
mad.
I want to
didn't
know.
do Nothing to
You
you.
just do it for fun. You do it just
No,
without being mad, without needing to defend yourself, without needing to protect anyone, without needing to take anything from anyone. You just do it just.
I don't take nothing from nobody. That's one thing. And then the only time I protect myself is like if they pull out a knife or something, you know, like a weapon or, you know, like
Well,
hey,
tell me what happened this time, Benny.
well, he didn't bother. I don't know, cause I know he didn't have nothing. I don't know, you know. I
You
didn't
know
do
that
nothing.
he had nothing.
Not in what he had. He was saying that out of him, you know, like what he had, like hey, this and that, you know.
What was it that he had?
He didn't show us. He had just he just said, hey man, all I got is some weed or whatever. He was saying all that, you know, just talking. That was it. You know, we're like, oh, okay. Well, we just walked in Walmart, went grocery shopping, came back out.
Now, why would anybody just out of the blue approach anybody else that just walking around there, just walking into the store and tell them that kind of stuff?
He stopped us. And he stopped other people before us, you know. And I thought he was gonna ask like something good or nice, you know, but he asked us like right there, you know, like I'm not comfortable with this and that.
Where'd you grow up, Benny?
I was born here in Lubbock.
You were born
And
here in
I
Lubbock,
grew up in Florida,
Florida. How old were you?
34.
34. Grown man.
I got 4 kids.
4 kids. You take care of your responsibilities.
Well, right now, child support, you know.
You take ownership for what you do.
What is that?
Where'd you
That's
go to
because
school?
I had
Where'd you go to
special
school?
ed, you know. That's
You
why.
had special ed.
Yeah.
Where at?
Florida, all the way close to high school.
You
'Cause I'm
graduated?
slow, you know, I don't get all the big words and everything.
Graduate from high school? No.
My mom gave my brother and me up, so, you know, we went on. And
You
then,
sure don't seem slow to me, Benny. No, sir.
what is it on my
Don't
school?
make 4 kids seem slow.
I didn't have cable or nothing. That's what my baby mama said. He didn't believe cable, you know. Because my kids, they get Social Security check, you know. They told me, my parents and my family said, I have a chance to probably get, you know, Social Security, but, you know, it's hard, you know, because, you know, I had trouble understanding a lot of things, you know. I say the truth, you know. Now, I will always want to get help, you know. Like, you know, go to the classes, do this and that, do the right things, you know. Instead of being like the bad person, like, because, you know, people look at me and they say I'm not a bad person, you know, and I'm not, you know, I'm a good
Well,
person.
nobody's saying that you're a bad person here, Benny, but don't sell me this story that you're an angel. I know
Ain't
better.
nobody perfect.
I know better.
Yes,
Okay.
Just a minute ago, you said you like to do the right thing.
the right thing, yes, and lead the right way and everything. That's why.
Do the right thing and tell us what happened about this altercation. Do the right
the
thing.
whole thing.
You said
you know,
you said it out of your mouth, Benny. You said you like to do the right thing.
that's
right.
right. Yes,
And you like to be a man about it.
yes, sir.
And you like to be a man when talking amongst other things and taking responsibility for what you've done. Would
And
you
now-
agree?
Now, yes, sir.
Okay.
Now,
Would
take the
do it
responsibility.
in your heart. Do it in your heart to do the right thing and tell us about this altercation right here.
Well, I said the truth, you know. You
No,
know,
Benny,
the
that
whole
is
thing.
not the truth.
What?
No, Benny, that is not the truth.
I think I made a bad if I didn't do nothing.
Benny, you wouldn't be in here today. You wouldn't be in here right now. He and I would still be looking for somebody right now. And the reason we have you here today is because we know 100% fact that you were there. That's why you're here. If we had no idea what we were doing, If we were out looking for someone else, we wouldn't be in this office. We would be out cruising the streets and trying to get information and do this and do that to try to find that right person. And it led us right to you. That's why you're in here today. Because we know, without a doubt, that you were at Via del Norte with this gentleman right here, involved in a physical altercation. And I'm telling you, and I'm being real with you, 100% real, that's why you're sitting right here across from us right now. Is because we know that Benny Mendez had a physical altercation with this guy right here. Okay? You can't tell me, you can't tell him that it wasn't me, I didn't have anything to do with it. All I did was see him at Walmart, and that was it. You can't tell us that, because when you tell us that, it's going one ear, Benny, and right out the other. I don't have time for that. He doesn't have time for that. And we know, like I said, 100% fact, 100% real, that you were involved in a physical altercation with this man. And this is why you're sitting across the table from us right now, because we want to hear from you. What happened? What went wrong? Were you trying to defend yourself? Was he messing around with your old lady and you got mad about it? You stood up to defend somebody, or whatever the case may be. That's why you're sitting right here across from us, Benny. Because we know that you fought this man right here. Right here.
Oh, I did defend myself and my woman, because of the stuff you'll tell us. And then, all females get scared, man.
Okay, so what did what did he tell your female to make you get upset with him? What did he tell your female? What did he tell Erica?
Hey, all I heard that he said that he wanted to rape them and stuff like that.
So
Now that the police have made their point, Mendez's story evolves to fit what he had been told. Fetherolf may or may not have made comments about his girlfriend, but she never confirmed that detail, so we only have Mendez's word.
So he told Erica and who else?
That other girl.
Okay, which you don't know the name.
The one that was scared, yeah.
Okay.
He told the other girl.
Okay.
He told my girl what? That he wanted to have sex and that he was going to take her to the boonies out there and all that.
Okay.
And they were scared.
Okay.
And then my girl came and told me,
okay,
if they're not involved in, but I went and I got scared. I said, man, I'm scared he might do something, because you don't know what he could have in his pockets or anything, because I didn't have nothing in my pockets. I don't carry nothing. I don't like weapons. I never touch weapons, and I will never do. Okay, well, I know he had a bag. I don't know what he had in it. Okay, when he had that bag, it was like trying to dig or something. But they had walked that way, right? And I told him, you know where Walmart, when you enter?
Okay.
It's like where the garden is at.
Okay.
They stand right there.
So closer to the gas station.
My girl and them.
Like the AutoZone side.
Yes, for the garden thing.
Okay.
So I went in and everything. So that man started taking off.
Okay.
I guess where they were at.
Okay. Who was that?
The girl and Josh and all that. Okay. So I went in and I come. They're scared.
Okay.
And the guy said, "Say, man, you gotta go there." He goes, "No."
Who said that?
I want Josh.
Okay. He tells who?
Him.
Okay. He tells him that you have to go.
Because they're talking.
Okay.
And he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna go." And then he goes, "Oh no, hold on." He goes, "I'm gonna try to get y'all."
Who says that?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
He tells who?
To that girl and Josh and us. I don't have nothing.
Okay.
We're scared.
Okay.
Because you never know what kid he had. You might pull out something or anything. Well, I knew he had a knife or whatever, but I don't know what he did with it or
Did
whatever.
he show you?
Yeah, but
How
then
did he show you?
he okay, you know where Walmart's at and it goes dark, like there's there's a restaurant.
You talking about Burger King or River Smith's?
Okay, you know where you go up the bridge, the walking path.
Okay, yes. You're talking about the kitchen grill. Yes, New Woman Grill. Yes, where you take
right
the bridge over across.
Yeah,
okay.
so because we had got a grocery.
Okay,
so
y'all have already gotten that far. All of y'all have already walked that far.
Yeah, because he was coming from McDonald's. Hey, stop him. So we kept going because they're scared. I'm scared.
Okay.
Because I've been jumped.
Right.
I've been through a lot.
Right.
So I'm like, man, shitting bricks.
Right.
And they're scared too.
Right.
And he's like, come here, So we're trying to hurry, and he goes faster.
Okay.
And we're gonna walk because the girls they can't walk that fast.
Right.
So he's like, I'm still gonna follow you, and I'm gonna get y'all, whatever. So you went all the way. Then after
All the
that,
way where?
to the bridge.
Okay.
And
Where are y'all at? Are y'all on the bridge at the time?
we're
Or getting
talking,
on
trying
top
to get,
of it? Okay,
we
getting on
have
top of
pushed the
bridge.
basket
Okay.
with our food and
Okay.
everything. Okay, and so he said, hey man, y'all don't stop or something. I'll find. I guess he was trying to get opposite how to get to us, very quick or something. Because he was already stopping, trying to pull. I don't know. We were trying to hurry because we don't want to get hurt or shot or nothing. So I told my girl, let's make it to your parents or anything, or make it somewhere where his parents or her family is at. Because my family is way on the side of the slave, right? I said, we really, we love everybody,
Right.
and we like chill people, but why is people gonna hurt, us or something, because we don't have nothing.
Right.
We're shopping and having our fun, for the next day. So we go, and another person comes out. I guess a friend of his or something like that.
Okay.
I guess he's on the side of the bridge at the bottom.
Yes.
On the other side.
Okay.
Well, my girl and them didn't see what the other girl did, and they were scared.
Okay.
So when I told my girl, I said, "Say, look, that guy hid,
Which guy? This guy or the other guy?
other guy, because he was talking to that other guy.
Okay.
And he had something in his hand. I don't know what it was. On the side of the thing, I guess they sleep dirt or something. I don't know. So we're in a hurry because it's dark. It's like around 9 or something. So we keep going. We're going, where that street, when you get off that bridge.
Probably Avenue U.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still going. Okay. Well, they're talking, and I guess he's still coming. Hey, hold on. I'm going to get y'all. I'm going to know where y'all going. Well, I guess that he had that other guy. Well, that guy had got in the vehicle and took off past real slow beside us.
Which guy? The second guy that you think?
His friend. Okay. And then from there, we kept going. And then that car parked, where that grocery store is at? A little gas station or something like that.
Stripes? Right there, Clovis and you on the corner?
Because they'll go real slow, Okay. I guess they're watching us. Okay, well, we kept going. And then we went all the way, and we were already going to, what do you call it? What's that street? Over the railroad tracks, and you turn.
Baylor?
Is it Baylor?
Baylor?
Right.
Somewhere that side where her parents live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
by those apartments.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know around that section. You know what I mean? Because I'm never there, because of my girl and
Right.
family. That's it. I don't bother nobody. We just go together. Well, I guess that guy in the vehicle had went back. I guess they talked that they took off quick. He, kept going, And
Who
we're
kept
still
going?
like
walking?
walking.
Okay.
And they went back to stop. I guess talk to them.
Who
My
went-
girls
who
and
went-
them
who went
are walking. That car, that guy that he was talking to.
Mendez is getting into his story, spinning the details as he speaks. The other man he mentioned has never been found and likely doesn't exist.
Okay, well, my girl and them are ahead. I say, y'all keep going, because we let them stay in front so we can watch, because we don't want nothing to happen to us, It's like if y'all's woman, y'all would like them in that, Well, I guess they talked, how they were talking. Well, they take off and they're
Him and the other person.
Yeah, the
Okay.
car. Now, I
Okay.
don't know who the other person is,
Okay.
who they're talking to in the car with. And they started following and they went and we couldn't find the car. So after that, we kept going and returned and we see the car again.
Turn where?
Like, how they go around the blocks or something.
Right.
They want to see what we're doing.
Okay.
So we're scared, and we're like, dang. I'm like, man, we don't have nothing. We don't know if they're going to hurt us or what, So we don't have nothing but our bags.
Right.
And, food. So we're like, man, how
Do y'all still have a grocery cart?
we had a what?
The shopping basket. What did y'all do with the basket at that time?
That basket, we had left it, where you get off the bridge.
Mhm.
Left it right there. We carried our bags. Yeah, because we're getting turns pushing and the girls would, and we're like, well, we'll just leave it here because all the other baskets are there.
Right.
Okay, so after that, we ended up on that road. You know where I leave that? Where you turn, so it's dark, a little bit. So after that, that's when you can see people walking way over there. I guess where y'all talking about something, like for parents. And they get scared, and I'm scared. We're all scared. We don't know if they're gonna jump out or hurt us or something, And we heard somebody. Well, my girl didn't hear it, but me and Josh and she didn't hear it. She said she heard something. Her friend, right, like their cousin, but me and the guy heard it. And he goes, "Did you hear that? Like it was like a hit, like I guess like a noise loud,
right,
or something." So we get shocked. We like, oh man, they're gonna attack us. That's
Where are y'all at this time? Where are you?
When we turn that street on
Baylor?
He said on Baylor.
When you cross the railroad tracks,
Railroad
take it
tracks,
right, go down
first
Baylor.
street,
How
Baylor.
far are y'all down the street?
Once we turn, like there's that building right where
The
we
old
turn,
apartment
we didn't even make it.
complex?
No, more this way still. A little bit more this way.
So closer to. Not as kind of in between there and the apartment and the abandoned complex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're trying to get to where we're at.
Okay.
Because we had our bags and everything at the park.
Okay.
Way on the other side. We used to stay at the park, me and my girl. That was it. And them too, but we were trying to get at least saved to her parents' house.
Okay.
Because that street's hers, and
right.
And they'll know if something happens, they'll call the cops or something. Okay. At that time, I didn't have my phone or nothing, So my girl had her phone. Yeah, she had a phone. So I was like, well, her phone's already gonna die or something. But it still worked. So they're scared. So she didn't have her purse. But we kept walking and we could see the guys, how you coming out of those apartments or something. So we're scared.
How many guys are coming out?
There were like two of them.
Two
One
guys?
had long hairs. And so
Okay.
we're scared. We don't know what is going
Come
on.
out of the abandoned apartments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Telling, I guess, not my girl, because she was trying to keep going.
Okay.
We were going. And me and that guy, I tried to stay behind so they could go. And she, how you walk like that? They stay opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It's on that side. I told them, just stay on that side and just keep going. If something happens, self-offense or something. Well, one of them, I think it's some guy that popped out. He's Mexican or something.
He's what?
He's all dirty and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, comes out. Because I don't know who stays there. I don't know nothing about it. So whenever they come out, they're already throwing things, like rocks or something,
Big rocks, small rocks.
Big rocks. Well, I grab one. I'm like, damn. I throw it. They're throwing, come on, we're going to get y'all. We're going to get the females and stuff. We're scared, So after that, we leave. Keep going. Me and my girl and us, and we kept going.
In the area that the altercation took place, there should have been multiple witnesses, as well as footage from security cameras. Neither turned up to corroborate Mendez. Before we continue, just know there's a lineup of original true crime-themed gear over at strangerlabel.com. It's all made with a distinct look that fits the tone of the cases we dive into. You can see everything right now at strangerlabel.com. And now, back to the case.
And then Josh and his girl, I guess they stayed a little bit behind because he was already going to call his dad or his people and say, come get him. Because they're staying like on the other side. They just came to get a couple of things of groceries, for her friend, because, I said they're like real good, close to his cousins. Okay. Well, my girl couldn't make it. She was all scared. And I was like, go. I guess they hit that other girl or that dude. And, I got not hit, but barely missed, and stuff. So I'm like, damn, man, they're going to damage us, man. We're like out of there. So we see one of my friends, like, he's cool, He's
Was
a
he
neat guy.
Was he walking?
He was walking. Well, he has a bag. He's always walking. He stays behind the, where Walmart's at, and then they have all those Go or whatever, all those little buildings. The sign, and then it used to be okay, you know where that little store is at? Outside, okay, behind it, they chill there.
Okay.
Sometimes. Or he goes there, or they going over there, he said there's always things going on, like fights with I don't know around there, But shoot. This guy, his friend pulled out, my girl didn't see it, but he pulled out a knife, and by the time I tried to stab it, I guess he grabbed it and took off, and then from there my boy said, man, forget that, Josh and them, we can't let them, they're gonna hurt us, bro, they're gonna hurt us, and then after that, that guy started talking stuff. He was already like coming around, but his friends were already there.
Okay.
His people or whoever, how they hang around. And Josh got upset and stuff because the things that they were saying, anything, and I guess another one came out around the building. I was ahead. I was trying to keep going. My girl was walking fast. I'm trying to catch up to my girl. We had her groceries. Josh turns around, and all I know, they were telling he hit him.
Who hit him?
That other guy.
This
Josh.
guy's friend or Josh?
Josh and his friend were already gonna argue. They were already arguing.
With who?
His friend put out like some little wood or something, trying to swing. So Josh swing back and grabbed it. Well, this other guy comes around, and that's when he's already there coming. He goes, hey, no. They start talking. So I'm trying to tell my girl, hey, keep going or chill. I gotta see what's happening. Or there's another girl there or something, homeless girl or something. She's white. So they're all there, And all I know, I went on the other side of the building and I heard, boom. Well, I run, and that guy already was running with the knife and everything. I was like, no. So I helped my friend, He said, man, they almost got me, So after that, that's when I hit the other guy. And when I tried to get that guy with the knife, he had hit him, but I didn't use no weapons. I used just my hand, just one time on him because he pulled out something out of his bag, I guess, whatever it was. Tried to hit my friend, so I grabbed it and I said, no. And I just hit him one time.
Where did you hit him at?
I hit him right here on the side, on the chest, and that was it. And then Josh, I said, that's it, man, just, they started going. The other guys, they were just there. So I went, me and my girl had just left. And after that, I guess they were still there, Josh and his girl, whatever. And then after that, we were already gone. Me and my girl, we were already going to the park. You know that park, okay, where you turn on the Mom Street?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We went that big old long park.
Of Guadalupe? The Aslan, maybe? It's a little bit east of there?
Yeah, we go over there, railroad tracks, whatever. Okay, we go stay over there, like far away from there. Okay, well, I guess that thing that he dropped, Josh, he grabbed it. That's what he said. We just start hitting that guy.
Who started hitting him? Josh started hitting him.
Yeah, because he said that he got hit and then with the knife. So,
So you hit him one time, you said, right in the chest area, somewhere around here.
That was it.
Do you recall which side it was?
No.
Do you remember?
That was it. Okay. And then I went after my girl. My girl, they were still going. Because I had to help her with the groceries and everything. And I know Josh's girl was upset, trying to say, come on, or something. Because they hurt more people, So
here's the thing. you have opened up and you have told us more to the story, okay? But there still are some parts that are being left out, okay? And right before we started talking about this, I said, you told us that you want to do the right thing, that you're a person who takes responsibility for what you've done. And yes, you have given us, just a minute ago we started with this, and I told you about this much was still missing. There's about this much that's still missing. So you've gotten to the point to where you've given us this amount of the truth here, but there's still about this much that's still missing, okay? You hit him one time. What else did you use to hit this man?
No, I didn't. My friend, the guy that came around, tried to hit my friend, okay, he had backed up, remember, and I guess that Dan fell or something. I guess he kicked it or something, grabbed it, and my friend, I just hit him one time, that was it. I had to go to my girl. My girl, she was on the other side of the building. She didn't see no,
Right.
she didn't see nothing. They had the food, that was it. And I told her, I said, hey, I hit that guy. And she's like, what guy? I said, that dude that was that was going to take you out there or take whoever, They could have threw us in the car or probably killed us or took us out.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Where did this take place? When you hit him, where did it take place? Did it take place? We know it was at the apartment complex.
Not in the inside.
Where?
Not in the inside. Like, around, like.
You're talking
You
about
know,
the
where the
courtyard.
road's at?
Mhm.
Like that? Those apartments. Okay. Like, on the side right there, that's when because we're trying to go straight. One guy comes this way, another one comes this way. So it's like they're trying to surround or something, So we're scared, So I came back and tried to see what happened to my friend. And then after that, so I hit him. And then I went around the thing. So that guy kept going, and my friend said that he had put out something out of his bag or something. And then I was like, what? So,
And you're telling us that Josh stayed behind while you walked on.
yes, me and my girl kept going.
And how long have you known Josh?
Like 20 years probably. But not that good, just through.
So,
My
with that being said, if you've known someone for 4 years, you have to know that person's last name. Now, here's the thing.
They call him Fat Boy.
Fat boy? Okay, now again, here's the thing. And I'll explain it again to you, Benny. You're here for a reason. We know that.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if someone else is involved, after 4 years, I think you would know the guy's full name.
Josh, that's all I know.
And
I never.
Josh, they call Fat Boy.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, Fat Boy. He'll say, call me Fat Boy. Fat Boy. My real name's Josh. That's it.
You know what I think, Benny? I think that this is just an imaginary friend. I can understand that this guy wants to do something to you, bro. Because of the type of person that he was. I can understand that you feel threatened because you are homeless. This guy can come at any time during the night, find you all, and do something. I understand that.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay, I understand that. This other guy that showed up, popped up, I'm having a hard time with that. I say, I know you were involved in the altercation with this guy. Yeah. Do I think you wanted him to die? Probably not. Do I think that whatever you did was to kill him? I don't think that. Probably not. You probably not meant that to happen. Okay, but this about some imaginary guy named Josh and some other guy that showed up, I'm having a hard time with that. Okay. I just don't buy it.
What did you take from this man? Remember what I told you just a minute ago. I know you have a big heart. You said that. You said you wanted to do the right thing. That you always like to do the right thing. You want to take responsibility for what you've done. With that being said, I know something was taken from him.
I can probably know this.
What was taken from him? Remember?
I'm gonna say the truth. I didn't get nothing. My friend, that guy that I know, because we see each other here and there. What I know is Josh and his bad boy. They call him bad boy now. Well, he got a flashlight from me out, man. That's it. Got his bag.
Did he get any kind of article clothing? Shirts, pants, shades, earrings?
No.
I'm just saying for an example.
Yes, sir. I know what you
Shoes, pants, socks, jacket, shades. Did he take anything?
The only thing I know, he said, I'll take the bag. Took off. That was it. Don't know what was in that bag.
What bag?
You know, in the bag that he had,
Mm-hmm. What bag?
it was like, ooh, back in the day, you know how you zip it up and then you fold it, man. Just like that.
What color?
Ooh, man. Blackish, black or gray, or something like that.
Where's that bag at?
He took it with him. I don't know. Me and my girl took off because we're staying at the park, and then we were, staying at different parks. That's little.
Let me ask you a question. Where's your residence now, Benny? Where do you have like your hygiene products? Where do you have all that stuff? Where's that at?
My stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
where are you and your girl staying right now?
Oh, we're staying right now at the tent.
The tent?
Yeah.
They're at Tent City?
Yeah, and we're gonna get our place tomorrow already.
Okay.
At the apartment. Get on our feet.
When Detective Martinez and I go out to that tent and be truthful, what are we going to find in that tent that doesn't belong to you, Benny, but belongs to this man right here?
Oh, we can go through it. There ain't nothing that belongs to him.
And you're 100% sure?
I'm 100%, sir. I know earlier we went back, right? Because I've been looking for my ID and everything. Okay, there was like 3 black and white cops, This is where I'm getting my social security and everything so I can get back to work, so I can get my check. Okay, she has a cousin named Israel Martinez or something like that. Well, the girl that works there, Rudy's girl,
At where?
at the Tent City. Okay, stopped us and said that he was in our tent.
Who was in your tent?
Israel. That they had to, because he was back and forth. Like, me and my girl were sleeping in the tent till the morning. She had to go see if she could get her check. I'll go get my ID and everything because I had lost it, And I had to pay $100 at the copper, right? Because this girl, before I met her, she charged $100 on it. Okay, we're doing all that all day. Well, I guess he had called cops on himself, Israel, on himself, because he was going back and forth. He was getting scared. Okay. He went in our tent, but he was never around with us or with this person. But they found him in our tent, because people live in there around the tent city. They be going to people's tent or they be stealing and everything, But there ain't nothing in there, 100%. That's not his. That me and my girl don't have, That we didn't take or touch, And the flashlight and the flashlight's like this big. All I know is like
And who has the flashlight, you said?
Josh. Okay, Josh. And she don't know his last name. My girl.
She doesn't know his last name.
All she knows is like family. That's it. And they said that they found her cousin Israel going 10 to 10.
Can I ask you a question? What does Israel have to do with being in y'all's camp? And the question that I asked you, I'm confused. It helped me understand. But what does Israel have to do with being in y'all's camp versus me asking you the question that I asked you just a minute ago? And again, I'm confused. Help me understand.
Because like how you said about if y'all go 10 10,
right?
If y'all find anything that belongs to him,
Okay.
And then 100%, there ain't nothing in there that belongs to him.
Okay.
You know, it's all mine and my girls.
And then you come over here and you mention Israel being in your tent. I guess I was lost, or I'm still confused as to why you would say, Israel comes in and out of my tent.
Well, no, he was getting out of his friend's tent, another tent. Like he was scared. I guess what was going on today over there. So when we come back, we're already gonna go jump off the bag that they gave us at the church downtown, like on Avenue B or something like that. Where they feed.
Yeah.
Okay. When we come back to jump that off, so I can go to the food stamp office and get copies. And I got the copies, so I can take that. Then we go back to 10. That's when Erica said that they had saw Israel not 10, but he had called the cops because he was paranoid, saying that there was people going to fight him with this and that.
Let me ask you a question real quick. This Josh, fat boy, and like Detective Martinez just said just a minute ago that he felt that it was an imaginary friend. I feel that this Josh is an imaginary friend also, but it's Israel.
Israel.
Israel that was with you, or is it?
No, Israel's never around. I just barely met that guy, like from Washington City.
Mendez has mentioned several people, but none of them were with him when Fetherolf was killed, and no one else was charged in connection with the murder.
Let's get back to this real quick. When you punch him, what does he do?
He tries to. Well, he was trying to swoop with them guys, and I guess he tried to help too.
Try to help
him and the other two people. So, with my friend. So I come and I'm self-offense with my friend, I'm trying. So I just hit him one time and that's it. I hit him like right here somewhere. That's it. So the other guy takes up one of his friends, and then that's when I guess Josh started, because I went to my girl.
How was Josh able to get into his bag or get that flashlight?
I guess whenever I went to the front, they were still right there. He said, man, I guess he was mad. I was upset. It hurt me. I was scared. My girl was too. My girl was not in it, and I was just self-defense on him, or like, because they could hook anything up, I was saying. So I go back to my girl. She's like, what happened? My girl don't know nothing. So I told her, man, I just hit him. I hit him one time, that was it. Yes, sir. And they swing the thing, the thing. So by the time he's already picking it up, Josh.
Where was he at?
He was already getting, I guess his, he had something heavy in his bag. That's what he said, Josh. He was getting I guess he was on a thing like that.
A walker. Okay.
Yeah. So he tried to hit him with it. You know how you get a walker and go like that? That's what Josh said, that one. So from there, he kicked him and he fell. That's when I guess Josh started. And we were already on the firm saying, well, come on, we gotta go. Like, leave him alone, because you don't know what can happen. But he kept going, but it was taking long and he come back.
Where's the
Josh?
walker? Where's the walker?
The walker? Yeah, I guess he left it there, or Josh took it somewhere. That one.
You took it somewhere, Benny. You took it somewhere.
There's a rare moment when Mendez is genuinely confused. He didn't take the walker because a walker was never involved, though that won't stop him from making up a good story.
Josh had grabbed it.
You grabbed it, Benny.
Josh grabbed it and brought it. And then I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Here, go get it. Go get rid of it."
Okay. And what did you do with it?
And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because how about if he comes back and try to, find us?" So I just throw it.
Where did you throw it?
In a roof. I went around and I just threw it in there. And I went to my girl. My girl didn't see nothing. She was still over there on the other side.
Okay.
And I told my girl, "Hey, he could have come back and he could get us." But, Josh was doing the whole thing, that way. But I'm being 100% and I'm letting you know.
You're not being 100%, Benny. That's the problem that we're having. I mean, and I'll be 100% real with you. You're 75% you're being real. There's still 25% where you're not being real. And it's I explained to you a minute ago. The reason we have you in here is because we know. From point A to point Z, exactly what happened, and you're leaving still 25% out of that story. Okay? Just a minute ago, we talked about the walker, and you said he gave it to you, you went and disposed of the walker, you threw it in a room. What else did you do to this man? We know. We just want to hear it from you. We want to give you the opportunity to let us know what else you did to this man. How else did you hit him? What did you hit him with?
I used my hand.
There's something else.
And that was it.
We know there's something else.
Only hit him 1 or 2 times, and I left.
So
But
now
I
it's
used
two.
my foot.
So now it's 2 times. Okay, you hit him 1 time with the fist in his chest, and then now you hit him a 2nd time with what?
My leg,
Okay.
but not hard.
So you kicked him. Okay.
Yeah.
There's still something else that's missing also. We know because he and I were both there. We know that he was hit with something else. We know that. What was it?
What was it?
We know what it was. We want to hear it from you. You're telling us that you want to be honest, that you're being truthful. We want to hear it from you.
Right. I'm saying the truth.
No.
Because he was trying to hit us or hit my friend, and I could tell that back there,
What's in? Obviously, there's a bunch of junk in that apartment. We know that. You know that. It's abandoned. What else was there? What else was used to hit him? We know because we were there. I mean, we processed the scene, Benny. We were there. We got to see what all was around there. But we want to hear it from you. No, do the right thing. You see, you're a man. You want to do the right thing. You want to take responsibility for what you've done. I can tell you got a big heart.
I do.
Know that. I can tell.
And I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to do things that I'm not supposed to. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, the right thing.
And something took place where
Just self-offense, that what I told y'all and everything,
what else was used to hit him?
Josh, that boy uses a board or something. I don't know what it was.
What color was it?
The one he grabbed was like a 10, 2-by-4 or something.
Are you sure about that, Benny?
Yes.
Again, you're here for a reason. And there was something else that was used to hit that guy.
I didn't take nothing of his. You can go check at the gym.
So talking about
What else was used to hit him?
I don't know, probably Fat Boy. You know, and when I was there, he was just bringing the walker, and he had grabbed. He went back and got I guess he found a monster on the floor.
A what?
A monster.
A monster?
A monster. Like energy drink.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
And
A monster energy. Monster
yeah.
energy.
Yeah, that's all I know. And I guess he wiped it.
He wiped what?
The monster, he said he wiped them stuff down. He said, here, take it. Go put it where he won't come back. You know, it's okay.
We knew that.
He
I
gave me
knew
the
that.
board. He gave me the board and the stroller and the screw stuff. And that was it.
What was the board light? Was it heavy?
I was like medium.
How big? How big would you say? Show me hands.
That long.
Okay.
Something like that.
About how wide?
Something like that. But, you know, too much.
It wasn't a board. Or
Whatever it was, I know
it wasn't a board, Vinny.
they used a pipe then.
You know what it was, but it wasn't a board. I know it wasn't a board. He knows it wasn't a board. We know what it is. What was it?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, because they were all trying to use it on brick. That's it.
Was it heavy? Was it light?
It was light, not heavy. Not heavy.
And you're telling us this took place outside, Vinny, right?
No, on the outside. And then they went inside. And I hear,
Vinny, it
Yes,
took
I'll-
place inside.
okay, that's when I had went in and I told him, come on. And that's when he started grabbing. He was hitting him. I said, no.
Hitting
So I
him with what?
I grabbed it. He used his stroller, his thing, and he picked up something else.
What was it?
Oh. Because he pulled out, like 3 things. He got rid of it.
What was it?
And he said, here's the other one. I said, what do you want me to throw this for?
Exactly.
I think it was, I don't know, I don't know. I think he
You
had
know-
gave it to me.
you know
a sitting for a toilet.
There you go.
He gave it to me and I said, okay, what do you want me to do with this? He said, I used it. So I guess my handprints were on it.
Okay.
And he said, take it. He goes, this is what I did, destroy it. So, you know, he said, but I didn't try to kill him or nothing. He said, I can hear him. He's alive. You know.
Let me ask you.
why is it so hard to tell the truth, Vinny? Why is it so hard to tell the truth?
It's not hard, but I didn't hit him. I took.
Well, we're asking you to give us those details and it's just like you just don't want to say them. Why is it so hard to tell the truth?
Because I'm not scared of nothing. I'll say the truth of everything, but I'm not the person that will do something like that. That's just self-defense, you know. And I didn't damage him bad. Nothing. My friend kept going. And by the time I'm trying to leave, you know, my girl and them were not there. They're already over there on the other side, you know.
So describe those things that you threw over there. Describe them to me.
Okay, he gave me the walker.
What color was the walker?
So,
Okay. Go ahead.
and then it was a white, I don't know, it's toilet or sink.
Okay. How big was it?
Like a regular sink.
This is the sink that Mendez used to repeatedly bash Fetherolf over the head, resulting in lethal wounds.
What color was that?
White.
And the third thing?
It was a 5 or 2x4. I think it was a 2x4. I don't, you know. He gave me the stuff and I just took it. And he
Those
said,
3 things. Anything else?
that I know, or
How far from there was it that you took them?
the end.
To the end.
Like, not to the end, but to, what do you call it? The second. Like on, okay, you know the middle part? Like, okay. Like on that side. It's called like the second one away or something like that.
There's Baylor Avenue, and this is the apartment complex, and this is the little area where the laundry, I guess the laundry room was.
Like over here.
Okay, I want you to show me where y'all had a fight. Which apartment?
Started from out here.
Okay.
Then I came this way. There's an entrance right here.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
Okay, so they're going. Yes. The other people come out, so I come and I help my friend right here.
Okay.
Just like a little thing like that, right?
Okay.
Okay, and this will lead all that, right? The whole open.
This is the open part.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And then they're already. By that time, I already had hit him, but he's already walking and he's going into that thing.
Okay.
So I'm going this way. There's like a opening right here.
Okay.
I guess
Okay.
you can go out this. And my girl and all them over here.
Okay.
So I come over here and check. You know, my girl said, "Everything okay?" I said, "Yeah, I hit him." And she said, "Okay," because I was scared.
Okay.
I come back.
Okay.
And when I come back the same way like this,
Okay.
I come in here. Okay. Well, I see him, and that's when he gives me other stuff, and then I take it and I put it in this, like not the end, but this other.
So you put it inside of a room.
Yeah.
Okay. So just a minute ago, you said right here. What is this spot right here?
Okay.
This
That's
is
where you
is
walk.
this where the
That's where
you said he
Yes.
walked into here. So is this where the assault
that
took
boy
place?
and them. Yeah.
Okay. Inside this room right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I
Put
went
a,
this way,
put a star by there.
right here,
No, where the assault took place.
right here.
So it took place in this vacant apartment right here. You got the walker, the other items. You
Well, he
walk,
brought stuff out
okay.
and put it right there in the middle of the ground
Okay.
and say, "Here, man, like take it."
Okay.
And get rid of it.
Okay.
You know, like, well, he won't come back.
Okay.
You know, because I was scared, they were scared.
Okay.
So I just went down this.
Okay.
Right there, same.
Inside of a room, inside of a vacant apartment.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay. So that'll be there, right?
I'm still having a little bit of a hard time about this Josh guy that
You call him Fat Boy. That's what I'll call him.
You mean locked up? How can I prove that this guy exists? How can I prove that this guy is real? This Josh guy.
Oh, he was there.
How can I prove that he's real? Where can I find him with a tattoo here saying Fat Boy?
Oh, no.
You know, how can
He
I
was-
prove that he's not just somebody you invented to imagine that he's real?
Oh, no. I'm not. I wouldn't do that. You know, I'm being honest the way y'all want me to say it.
We want you to be
And
honest.
I am being
We want you to
honest.
be honest, man. And you have been honest about some things. Okay? But I'm having a hard time about this Josh guy.
He's bald. He's a little stocky. They call him that one. You know, and he had just barely moved from Slayton this way without that girl. You know, and he's been going here and there, staying here and there. So I really don't know where he stays. You know, I don't know his number. You know, or anything. He wears sometimes glasses.
And you said you've known him for 4 years.
Yeah, off and on, because he'll go there. Well, I know whenever his ex worked at the custom shows. That's how I met him. At custom shows. The pecan place. but they're on 114. Then
Oh,
side.
yes,
Yeah.
what you said earlier.
And then the girls with the white girl, not this one, you know, hey, they wouldn't like each other. So I wouldn't talk to them, click it. Then when I saw them at the church, you know, where we go eat, you know, everybody, then I start talking like, hi, how you doing? You know, sometimes when I see them out there, we'll say hi or what y'all gonna do. That's it. Then we bump sometimes, like at the stores, and then they'll tell us what we're doing. Then we'll tell them, you know, me and my girl, that time we were always together walking around.
Is he
You know,
homeless? Is Josh homeless also?
He was a little bit, but then he left. He left. Him and his girl.
Two things. One, how are we going to be able to find Josh, number one? And number two, you need to think about taking this ride, whether you want to take it by yourself or whether this man Josh, who assaulted him also, needs to be held accountable as well. You know what I mean?
I don't want to take it by myself. You know, he was there, you know.
So how do we even start to get in contact with this dude? You know what I think, Benny? And I'll tell you. And I don't think Josh is Josh. And that's what I think. I don't know about Detective Martinez, but I don't feel like Josh is Josh. I feel like it's someone that you know that you haven't been forthcoming to give us the name of that person. Just like you said with the girl. Well, she's cousins to my old lady, Erica. Well, she's really not cousins, but they just call each other cousins.
Yeah,
Same exact thing. You know, I feel that you know who these two people are. You're not telling us.
He's
Why?
just there in Chin City. Like, he left not that long, like a week or something like that. They have this information over there in Chin City. But he's bald and you'll see his things back.
Let you know what I think, David.
Yes, sir.
I think, you know, this Josh wasn't there. That's what I think. You know, that you were defending your girl, and of course you got groceries. You don't want anybody to take them. I can buy that, but I don't think Josh was there. You and this man. We're out there. That you have to do what you have to do. I can understand that. Okay? I can understand that. But this deal that Josh was there, I don't believe that. I just don't.
It was one of us. It was one of us.
So let me ask you this. There's four of you that outnumber this old man.
Oh, not the girls, you know. They're in front of the house, you know, the whole thing, you know. We're trying to take care of them, you know.
So let me ask you this. Your girl's going to be able to get us enough information to find her cousin and find Josh.
Well, maybe. She
Maybe.
probably will, yes, sir.
Maybe.
I said, he was there.
Mendez has given up trying to convince the detectives that he wasn't involved, but he is holding firm on this point. At all costs, he needs them to believe that someone else could have struck the killing blow.
He was there. He was there.
And he handed you those things.
Yes. And I grabbed him. I guess he had wiped him, because when I was coming back, he goes, here. You know, they were already met him.
You didn't wipe them?
No. I grabbed, I guess, the rag that he wiped it with,
Mhm.
whatever. I grabbed all that. He said, here. You know. So I grabbed everything. And all of it's going to have my fingerprints. You know. they're gonna think I did it. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's why we're sitting right here, baby.
you know, and that's
And
kind
that's
of
why
where
we're sitting right here.
I would never.
You know?
Tell you the truth, I would never kill nobody. I would never hurt nobody. But I'll self-defense for some
Well,
people.
I don't think you wanted to kill him, baby. And I believe that the man was alive whenever you left him. I believe that. I believe you when you say that. And then I've got good reasons to believe that. Okay?
Yes, sir.
We didn't start doing this yesterday. And we're not on a fishing expedition. We know what we're doing. You know, and that's why we're all sitting here.
But I did grab everything, so you know, to take, you know, because we had left it, just like left it there with him. If he had got up with the water or something, then he'll go tell the people around there, like the homeless or something, hey, you know, when you see these people, get them or something, you know. Because that happened to me in El Paso, you know, when I got out. You know, they had told these other guys, you know, hey, get that dude, and that's how I got my ex back in my head.
Tell me about the last time you saw this man.
That day,
Okay, tell me. I know it was that day.
at Walmart. That was it.
Well, you saw him there at the apartment after this altercation. Tell me what he was doing. Was he laying down? Was he?
No, he was. Whenever that happened, all I know, when he showed up, he opened his Ziploc, like, you know, his bag, and he had his walker like this, right? And he's talking, and I'm already getting that, helping him with his other friends where they won't hurt me or him. But this guy opens his zip thingy, and I guess he gets like I don't know what it was, and then I know he had something red and black. That's all I saw. And they were like brown or big, you know what I mean? Like, or he's gonna throw it at us or something. So I just grabbed that what they were already into, you know, like the hit when that his friend or something like that. Yeah, that's what I grabbed. And then I took off and I told my girl, dang, I hit him, you know. But when I told you I hit them, well, I came back and that's when the damage more. But I grabbed everything, you know.
Which was what?
The walker, all that stuff, you know, like I guess the rag he put, I guess, because he told me he used that monster drink and wiped it down and started wiping it. Because I could see it where it was like a greenish color, that monster thing. So I was like, what the heck did you wipe it with? What
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
You said you could see the green color monster drink, right?
The monster was green.
Okay, but you said that you could see the
Because you could smell it and everything. And he had the can. And I guess he threw the can somewhere else. I didn't get the can, you know. But you know, I'm saying the truth because I grabbed the rag and all that and everything. And then he went. When I went to go throw that in the thing, all I know I guess he went back in there where he was at just. And when I come back out, he was already in the middle of it. So I went back in there and see if I got all the stuff that I heard of him. I said, well, you know, I'm scared. And I could hear him like, okay, like, you know, talking, you know.
Who could you hear?
Him.
What was he saying?
Like, oh, like, you know, like, you know, like, and I told you. It's
like a
Josh,
moaning or like a yelling or
like, not loud, or like, you know, like, little
do
moan,
what he was doing.
Like, little moaning, like, oh, and then he'll stop and he'll be like, yay, yay, like, oh, or like, you know. So I'm telling the guy, I said, man, what you hit him at, or what? He said he just damaged him, like, hurt him. He said, all I know, there was blood everywhere. So I grabbed this, just put it in the pocket.
Where am I going to find his boots?
His boots.
You tell me that question. And you answer that question honestly and 100% truthful. Where am I going to find his boots? Where? Where am I going to find them?
don't know, they there where he was at. Because I grabbed the toilet, I grabbed the rag, I grabbed the walker, and the thing that he used. I grabbed all that, real quick. So if he went back in there when I'm putting all that, then he put the other boots probably somewhere else or somewhere.
So where are those boots stored at right now?
I wouldn't know about that. See, because I grabbed everything else. Yes, sir.
Sure about that, Benny?
I'm grabbing everything and all that. So he throws everything right there. I'm grabbing all of it. And he's just putting the stuff that he had used. You know what I mean? That's right.
His boots are gone. And I want to know where his boots are, which I know where they are. But again, I want you to tell me where his boots are.
They want. I grabbed just the things, and that's it. And I know he.
Did you take those boots home with you?
No, sir. I didn't take those. You could go check. You could go check, brother. I'm being 100%. Yes. Because the boots that I have, I got it from the closet place right there by the gym team. Steel toe boots and some other.
So you got some steel toe boots from the closet place?
Yeah, like barely last week, 2 weeks ago.
What color are they?
It's black.
Black?
Yeah, it has all the. I didn't have those. I had tannies.
Okay. So where did you get your black steel toe boots? Where did you get those at?
Right there at the closet place.
And where are those at now?
At the tent.
What kind of boots are they?
They're steel toes for work.
Do you know their name, Brando? You don't?
I just barely got those from the closet place.
Do you know what, Vinny?
Because my girl was there when you got those steel toe boots from the closet place. Those are his boots. No, okay, Wheelie and them from the office of the tent. Okay, they were there. I took the bag. The people that work at the closet place, there's a man in there, and I told him I need steel toe boots. Because I went to my dad's house to get a hard hat. Because the boss I work with, he said get a hard hat, steel toe boots, and everything. I didn't have no steel toe boots. My girl, Erica, the one that they brought, she was there, and we walked together at the closet, and I got those boots from the closet place. I put that at 100%, sir.
And I'm putting it at 100%. It's very ironic that you have a black pair of steel toe boots that Mr. Herbert is missing also a pair of black steel toe boots. And I find it very, very, very ironic that you have the exact same boots that he has in your tent.
No, I got those at the closet place. Yeah, because they marked the name and they marked boots. Like, you know how you get all your stuff there, they'll mark it. And it has a date when I went. It's a paper and it'll say boots.
So what happens when his stuff comes back to him and it's their boots? What kind of response are you going to give me then?
There ain't no response because being honest, how y'all want me to be honest to y'all. You can go check it. They're size 9.5. To 10.
Well,
so
we've
those
already got your boots. They're already.
And they have that gravel stuff. Yeah, they're from the closet place. I had got those like last week or so. It's on the paper over there, brother. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm trying to be safe. I know you are trying to help me.
Mendez is oddly adamant that he didn't take the boots. He has already admitted to being there when Fetherolf was attacked, so it isn't as if they were the only evidence linking him to the case.
Listen, you say that, bro.
Uh-huh.
You start through saying, I wouldn't lie to you. But you want to follow up?
Yes, sir.
You say, I wouldn't lie to you, but, look, we've gotten this far. It's 8:41, and you got in here at 6 p.m. Had you been truthful from the get-go, we would have been done with this. But, obviously, it's almost 3 hours later. I would say probably at least 2.5 hours later that we've gotten to this point. You know what I mean? So, and again, I I strongly feel that you're not
Being you
exactly,
think I'm leaving
exactly,
something behind.
exactly. You know, and I know just as well as you do that there are some that you are leaving some stuff out. I know that. You know that. You know.
Brother, I'm a person that would not lie.
You know, it's just
still told me I'm there.
okay. And
Promise,
it
bro.
goes as far as
go to this man.
as far as going back to this. You said you punched him one time. I know just as well as you know that your involvement in this was a little bit more. I know that.
No, because I hit the other guy. I was still hitting by that guy because they were by, the window. Okay, how you do the picture.
Right.
I was out there already trying to hit the other guy because he's already hitting me, throwing rocks or whatever, anything that happened. I'm over there and then I see homeboy just like keep going, like, because I'm trying to get to where the girls are at. Because there's, how they say homeless people stay there. I don't know. I never been around there, but I just helped my girl and them to be safe and me, because I was scared.
You know what I know that you and I mean it's like I said just a minute ago, Benny. I know that you had more involvement in assaulting him. You tell me, yeah, I just hit him one time. I know, that you hit him.
Those were the 2 times I hit him because I'm handing the other man and then I go see my girl, and then by the time I come back, that guy Josh, they call him Joshua. Josh. I don't know
That's the thing, and that's what I'm having a hard time understanding is that this is serious. You know it's serious. We told you that from the beginning,
right?
And you say Josh, but it falls back to saying taking the ride by yourself.
And he's bleeding, And I was like, man, why and it hurts me because that's gonna be looking bad at me,
Right.
Because I'm the one that getting the stuff to put it, or he won't come and get us or something, or But I'm being honest, but I grabbed the stuff from Joshua. This Joshua, but they call him Josh, and it's that boy. I wouldn't lie.
And another thing that we have to think about too, Benny, is that this man had a family, man. And that's what sucks. It just wasn't one person involved. His family, and I've got to speak to them. I've got to talk to them. They've been calling me. Obviously, they're concerned because their loved one is dead. And that's what's not fair,
I didn't even know he was dead. You know what I mean?
So you had no idea he was dead?
No, sir. Nothing like that. No, sir.
And when did you find out he was dead?
I didn't find out. They never told me nothing. You know what I mean?
No one ever told you anything?
Nobody. Yes, sir. Nothing. I know because when Josh had told me he was bleeding, I said, well, shoot, probably go to a hospital. One of the people that stayed there will probably take him, call them to a hospital or something, But I grabbed everything, just put it, like to that room, But with all that stuff they had, like a knife, and the other guys, they're homeless, they had stuff, and we're scared. I'm scared. I don't have nothing on me, I did 3 years for aggravated assault that I didn't do, because the girl had got drunk because her grandpa passed away, cut her wrist, returned her lips. So I had to do 2 years, but they were trying to do 20, and I thank God that they gave me less time and that they found her and she had set the truth, you know what I mean? Because, I'm trying to change, I'm trying to do something that I don't want to be doing bad, But if it comes to a person that is gonna hurt somebody or hurt the family or like the woman, then I'm scared. If I see more people, I'm gonna defend myself. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be dead. I could have been dead 3 or 4 times. I have no family. That's the point. I got lucky by my baby mama's funeral, and the people that jump me no gas. I can still buy the homeless people. I'm not a fighter, but comes to it, I have to do something. Playing to that. Ain't nobody better so perfect, That's why. That guy was there. And I wish I knew his number or all that. My girl really don't know the number, but we used to talk at the gym, and they left. I don't know if they found out that he was dead or something or anything, but everybody around there was talking about they're looking for a person that they hurt. So I'm like, that's why he had left, him and his woman. And then I'm there because I don't have nothing to hide. I'm not going to hide. I'm going to say the truth. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a question.
I don't want to do nobody's time.
And that's the point we're trying to get to. I mean, if there was someone else involved,
I know they're going to give me something because I'm the one that carried that stuff.
Not only that, punched them also. You know what I mean?
But my girl, they went out there. She didn't see nothing, but they were scared. I was scared.
So, let me ask you a question. When we talked to Erica, and I ask you this that way I can prepare myself. Is Erica going to tell us if there were other people there too? And be honest, because
they hurt people. They were scared. They would tell me.
I'm talking about friends. Like, is she going to say, yeah, Josh and this other girl were there? I mean, because you have to take into consideration when we first got into this office, you had absolutely no idea what we're talking about. And that was, let's just say 6:15 p.m. And then obviously at 8:45 p.m., we've got a full-blown story. So, when I talked to Erica, let's say within 15 minutes, she says, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. And then 2 hours later, it blows up into a full-blown story also. Is she going to...
She's on the other side. She don't know what...
Right, but is she...
saw or nothing.
Okay, but is she going to say, yes, Josh and the other girl were with us? Or is it possible that she may say, at first say it, and then all of a sudden come back and say, no, it was just me and Benny.
Oh, no, it was for us. She'll tell you. It was for us. But they went.
Mendez put too much faith in his girlfriend. When questioned, she was unwilling to lie for him.
Any questions?
She didn't see
No,
nothing.
I just want to emphasize, David, that this is your opportunity to set the record straight from your point of view, your justifications, your reasons for doing whatever you did, the circumstances that caused you to act the way you did. This is the opportunity, okay? And whatever you say is compared to the evidence and the facts that we know, the other information we have gathered, and when you're 100% truthful, it's going to make you look that way. When we compare it to what we had, when there's some stuff missing, it's going to tell us that Benny is a good man. He did tell us some good things. He did. He didn't own up to some of his actions, but Benny left some stuff out, and that's the way it's gonna look. Okay, and so I appreciate you talking to us about this. I'm still not satisfied with the story that you've told us. And I'm not saying it's a lie. I know there's a lot of truth in what you've said. I'm just having trouble with some of it, And I'm not here to tell you, what, this is not right, tell me something different, or this is not right, I want you to tell me this or that. No, this is not the way this works. I'll give you an opportunity to tell me what you saw, what you remember, okay? Sometimes people don't remember things clearly because they're afraid or something else. But when you tell me things that there's just no possible way that they could have happened a certain way, then it doesn't look good for you. It causes a problem, but not for us. Okay. let me tell you what we're gonna be doing on this. Unless you have something else that you want to add, or something else that you want to clarify, or something else that you remember, that'll make things a lot easier for us to understand. There's something like that is if you have something else you want to say, uh, we're gonna have somebody photograph you, photograph your hands, photograph your. We're probably gonna collect your clothes and your shoes, um, and
Like other stuff.
yeah, yeah, and something that we'll probably need at some point, and this is something that you can do voluntarily, or we can do it at a later time, is collect your DNA material. You know what DNA is?
They did that and maybe
They did that well.
a while back, long time.
Well, we'd like to do the same thing, and that way, people when they're involved in altercations, they sweat, they transfer their bloods, their skin cells when they grab somebody, do stuff like that, and if you say that all you did was one punch, but we find some other DNA, some other of your DNA somewhere else, and that's going to create a problem. But of course, if you're saying the truth and the DNA backs you up, then what can I say? Whatever I believe or think it doesn't matter, because science is science, and that's gonna prove us, you or me, right or wrong. Okay, so like I said, this is something that, like everything else, if you want to do it, we'll do it. If you'll sign a consent to allow us to collect the DNA sample, we'll do that tonight. If you don't want to do that, fine. We'll move on. We'll do the photographs. We'll do everything else that we're done. So you tell me, would you like to give us a sample of your DNA? Yes, no?
Do anything from so have
So is that answer yes or no?
yes sir.
Okay.
I don't have nowhere
Okay.
to hide. I'm always at the tent, and I have nothing to hide. You have to take off the clothes, have to go, that's them clothes is what I had, and then I had got some from the tent place. I mean the closet place.
Ink pad?
Yeah, I got it. I just need to let me get this swap real quick.
Well, Tony's there. We'll get him ready.
So y'all gonna get all the clothes and everything, and all the stuff. Because I know there ain't nothing that belongs to me. Y'all can go ahead, I'll give you permission.
Okay.
Being honest.
Director, where? Tim.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bernardo, right? BERNADO.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then after that, then what?
We'll discuss it here in just a second. As soon as
Tomorrow or what? Or
yeah, we'll discuss it here in just a second. As soon as we get all this taken care of and the pictures and all that. Let's see.
I even give you my cell phone number. Kansas City number. I'm always there.
How long have you been staying at Tent City?
Probably about just this month. So
This is how long you live for? Weeks.
Like, it's about 3 weeks or something.
3 weeks.
Or like a month, because it has a date from the tent place.
Where did y'all live at before?
Before the tent, at the villa. At their house.
South Key Drive.
Stayed there about, it had to be 2 days, But
Y'all
she
stayed
gave
there
us
for 2 days?
No, 1 day.
Oh, okay.
Because the person that I used to stay there way back in the days. But then me and my girl were already getting tired sleeping in the in the car and everything, hurt your back. So it's hard, I'm never homeless, I'm always out there working or have a person where to stay as a friend, And I thank God, moving up,
Yeah.
and staying in control, doing my best and do everything right, So I got nothing but heart, I'm trying to do the right ways.
How old are you? What was your brother's name?
Bobby.
Bobby. How long? How old is
He
he?
wanted me to take the rat off his control system. And I had possession of marijuana.
That's what y'all had to do. County jail time.
County jail, then I got out on probation and stuff, but I cannot take it.
Where's he at now?
Bobby? He's out from the feds, I think, or something. I can't be around him, he don't be around me, but I saw him at the quinceanera, like, a couple of weeks ago. My cousin had quinceanera. My brother got upset and told the people, like 30 minutes at the end, told me and my girl, and we go to 97, they show up and get kicked out. Because they pushed my girl.
Who pushed? Bobby did?
No, this girl, Bobby's
Bobby's girl?
Yeah. So me and my girl, we've been going together, going to eat, church, go do the right things, and did everything right, And I'm happy she's keeping me out of trouble. And then she finally got me a job and everything. That's how I got the steel toe boots and that job. And you'll say on the paper.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go back to where's this closet place at?
Okay, you know where the chin seat is at?
Uh-huh.
When you go into the bridge.
Okay.
Okay, there's that fence. Like, okay, under the bridge, it's the stripes.
Yes, on the corner.
The middle. That building.
Where that
It has
big
a gate
that
open.
big gin, that big cotton gin looking building?
Yeah, but it's a brick building right there. That's the closet place.
So you just go there to get clothes?
Yeah, we go on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Is that by the skate park? The skate thing inside? With the skateboard?
It's like Chin City, then the train tracks. The train.
Okay.
Yeah, the outside the train. Right beside the Chin City, right behind. Because the first trains.
Oh, yes.
Because of the bridge, how you go under. And Mama Joe lives there, the owner to the Chin City.
Oh, okay. Yes. What does she look like?
She's
White hair?
Yeah, she's never gonna be tired.
Okay. So she runs
we
Chin
leave-
City.
We leave, and then we'll tell you that we go over there and get our clothes.
To the
And I
closet?
take, all the bags. I lost a lot of clothes when I was at the venue. My girl was jewelry while I was working. My boss was paying. She was all up on that dope or whatever,
Your ex-girl or
Yeah,
your current girl?
Addie. No, not the one with this one. Different girl. So I lost everything. All come, she sold all my stuff. So I had nothing.
What was Allie? Hispanic or white?
Hispanic. So I
Hispanic?
lost everything. I guess she kept all my paperwork, my child support stuff, so I had to get everything back and staying out here, there, getting all the stuff, settled, trying to get all my stuff right, because I'm trying to pay my child support, do stuff, and let everything, right.
You said you had 4 kids? How old are they?
Me, I don't have nothing, since it gone,
Yeah.
So it's hard, so I'm trying to move up and do the right way, so that's what we're doing. I'm proud, and we've been out there all day, I've been calling on everybody, like, how to get money, get my ID, this and that, so I had to get copies for the food stamp, and this, it's hard.
How long has it been since you've seen Josh? Have you seen him today?
I haven't seen him this week, but since that day when I guess the cops went over there, I was at work. I was in Odessa. I was working at the jail. It was about last week. They had to come.
You said you were at Walmart, right?
Yes, sir.
Did y'all all go inside Walmart?
Yes, to shop.
So
Then they paid, and I was at the, where you do the little carts.
Uh-huh.
I was charging the phone,
you were charging the phone there?
her phone.
Her phone?
Because it was dead, like dying. So whenever her phone, or now my phone, I just barely got a phone, she helps me out, So that's in case something happens or something like hey, get stranded or or anything happens, she'll call me or something. I'll call her or where she at, or I'm at work, so I know.
And you don't know where Josh's family lives or anything?
For that?
Yes.
Josh's family, no. They was, where 13th and Slayton is at. 13th and dang. But he moved from there, and he moved over here with his dad.
Have you read this form?
No, sir.
Read that real quick.
We'll do that over an idea, and I would rather Tony do this.
Okay.
Give me those.
Alright.
Once we get this done, we need to get over to ID and let Tony take care of the photographs and clothing.
Okay. Go ahead and read that for me.
My name is Bernardo Mendez.
No, you don't have to read that loud.
Oh.
You can just read it to yourself.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
What's that word?
Authorization. Like you just give us authorization, like you're saying, yeah, it's okay for you to. It's okay for you to. Like okay for you to give that. Like I do hereby give authorization, like giving us permission.
And then what they're gonna do with my stuff after once everything,
With which stuff?
my clothes.
He'll go over that with you back there. Any questions on that? Okay. I'm going to print your name and then sign your name there. Okay, and do your right thumbprint. Go flat there. Okay, and then just lay it on in that box there. Okay. And that'd be it. Let me sign here.
Let me ask you this, Benny. Do
Yes,
those tents in Tent City, do they have a number? Like, do you get assigned the tent by number or letter? How do you?
They got them like in numbers,
Mhm.
but the numbers that they have on the gym, they're not like the same. It's like ours is 27.
Mhm.
And some people like if they're like 10, 13 or something, they'll have like 52 or 25 or like there's like numbers on it.
So this
Ours is 27.
this Josh, what tent number was he staying in?
Right there where the office is at, there's two like this facing that way. The office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first row.
The first row.
The first row. The first kid.
Mhm.
Okay.
Draw on that. Put the office down.
Okay.
Show us the road also, like when you go in, draw that kind of
Right.
fence, like the outline of it.
Okay, this is the road. This is the entrance of the gate.
Okay.
What I put 10 feet. there's like the laundromat, like a building right there.
Is that big white building?
That's where the laundry and the men's restrooms over here. And the laundry, it's all on here. The females are there. Okay, and then there's the benches. You sit down.
Okay.
And right here, turn. And then there's the office. Okay, right at the office is like, there's like two tents like this.
Okay.
Like facing on like on this side.
Okay.
Okay. And then you got right beside it starts the first row. Like, those are facing that way.
Okay.
Okay. This tent is open like that.
That's the front door?
That's the front door.
Okay.
That's where
He was living.
right there. Like, they took off like since the day I was in Odessa or something.
Okay. And they'll have records of that.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, sir.
Anything anything that you can think of that you're leaving out?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and terminate this interview. March 31st, 2015.
Before murdering Fetherolf, Mendez had only committed minor offenses. Bernardo Mendez pleaded guilty to murder and was sentenced to 15 years in prison.